also happens to be a singer, I figure you all know, so everybody will try to ask questions about what. Well, I'm supposed to be talking to this microphone? Welcome to the first KQED Poets Conference, press conference. Mr. Dillon is a poet. He will answer questions about everything from atomic science to riddles and rhymes. Go.
Oh my
Who's
God.
first? Come on.
I'd like to know about the cover of your forthcoming your album. The one with subterranean music blues in it. I'd like to know about the meaning of the photograph with you and wearing a Triumph T-shirt.
What did you want to know about it?
Well, I'd like to know that's an equivalent photograph. It means something. It's got a philosophy in it. And I'd like to know visually what it represents to you, because you're a part of that.
I haven't really looked at it that much. I don't really.
I've thought about it a great deal.
It was just taken one day when I was sitting on the steps, you know. I don't really remember very too much about it.
Well, what about the motorcycle as an image in your songwriting? You seem to like that.
Oh, we all like motorcycles to some degree.
I do.
Do you think of yourself primarily as a singer or as a poet?
Oh, I think of myself more as a song and dance man, you know.
What?
Song and dance man.
Why?
Oh, I don't think we have enough time to really go into that.
You're quoted in the Chicago Daily News as saying that when you're really wasted, you may enter into another field. How wasted is really wasted, and do you foresee it?
No, I don't foresee it, but it's more or less like a ruthless type of feeling. Oh. Very ruthless and intoxicated to some degree.
The criticism that you've received for more or less leaving folk music for folk rock hasn't seemed to bother you very much. Do you think you'll stick with folk rock, or are you going on into more writing?
I don't play folk rock.
What would you call your music?
I would call it I like to think of it more in terms of vision music. It's mathematical music.
Would you say that the words were more important than the music?
The words are just as important as the music. There'd be no music without the words.
Which do you do first, ordinarily?
The words.
Do you think there will ever be a time when you will paint or sculpt?
Oh, yes. Oh, sure.
Do you think there'll ever be a time when you'll be hung as a thief?
You weren't supposed to say that. We have a match. We have a match. Thanks.
Bob, you said when you always do your words first and you think of it as music. When you do the words, can you hear it?
Can I hear the
can you sort of hear
Yes.
what music you want with
Yes.
when you do your words?
Oh, yes.
No.
Do you hear any music before you have words? Do you have any songs that you don't have words to yet?
Sometimes on very gentle instruments, not on the guitar though. Maybe something like the harpsichord or the harmonica or auto harp. I might hear some kind of melody or tune which I would know the words to put to.
You'd say that.
Yes, not with the guitar though. The guitar is too hard an instrument. I don't really hear many melodies based on the guitar.
Do you sit down just to write a song, or do you just write it on inspiration?
I more or less write it on on a lot of things.
What poets do you dig?
Oh, Rambo, I guess, W.C. Fields. The family, you know, the trapeze family in the circus. Smokey Robinson, Allen Ginsberg, Charlie Rich is a good poet.
In a lot of your songs, you're hard on a lot of people. Like in Like a Rolling Stone, you're pretty hard on the girl. And in Positively 4th Street, you're pretty hard on the supposed friend. Are you hard on them because you want to torment them or because you want to change their lives and make them know themselves?
I want to needle them.
Do you still sing your older songs?
No. I just saw a songbook last night. I don't really see too many of those things, but there's a lot of songs in those books I haven't even recorded, you know. I've just written down, you know, and put little tunes to, and they've published them. I haven't sung them, though. A lot of the songs I just don't even know anymore, even the ones I did sing. There doesn't seem to be enough time, you know.
Did you change your program when you went to England?
No, I finished it there. That was the end of my older program. I didn't change it. It was developed, and by the time we got there, it was more or less. I knew what was going to happen all the time, you know. I knew how many encores there was, you know, which songs they were going to clap on the loudest, and all those kind of things.
On a concert tour like this, do you do the same program night after night?
Oh, sometimes it's different. I think we'll do the same one here in this area, though.
Did you in England do any of the songs like Subterranean?
No, I didn't work with the band there.
Will you be working with the band here?
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
In a recent Broadside interview, Phil Oakes said you should do films. Do you have any plans to do this?
No, I don't. I do have plans to make a film, but not because anybody said I should do them.
Yeah. How soon will this be?
Next year, probably.
Can you tell us what it'll be about?
It'll be just another song.
You dig flicks. Who are the people making films that you dig particularly?
Truffaut. I really can't think of any more people. Italian movie directors, you know, but not too many people in England or the United States, which I can really think that I would dig.
You did Elton Chaplin bit as an exit line in one of your concerts once.
I did? It must have been an accident. I have to stay away from that kind of thing. Oh, that's pretty. Well, thank you very much. Was that taken right here with the Polaroid? Good God, I must leave right away.
What do you think of people that analyze your songs? Do they usually end up with the same meaning that you wrote? Or
I welcome them with open arms.
University of California mimeographed the lyrics to all the songs on the last album and had a symposium discussing them. Do you welcome that?
Oh, sure. I'm just kind of sad I'm not around to be a part of it, but
It would have been pretty wild if you had been.
Yeah.
Josh Dunson, in your new book, Freedom in the Air, implies that you have sold out to commercial interests. and the topical song movement. Do you have any comments here?
Well, no comments, no arguments, no. I certainly don't feel guilty.
If you were going to sell out to a commercial interest, which one would you choose?
Bob,
Ladies' garments.
Bob, have you worked with any rock and roll groups?
Professionally?
Or just sitting in or on concert tours with them or sitting in with their sessions?
No, I don't usually play too much.
Do you listen to other people's recordings of your songs?
Sometimes. A few of them I've heard. I don't really I don't really come across it that much, though.
Is it a strange experience?
No. It's like more or less like a heavenly kind of thing.
What do you think of Joan Baez's interpretations of your earlier songs?
You mean the one I haven't heard her latest album, or the one before that. I heard one, she does them all right, I think.
What about Dawn?
Colors? What do I think of Donovan Colors?
Yeah. Do you think he's a good poet of love ballads?
No. He's a nice guy, though.
I'm shattered.
Huh?
I'm shattered.
Well, you needn't be.
Are there any young folk singers or rock groups that you would recommend for us to hear?
I'm glad you asked that. Oh, yeah, there's the Sir Douglas Quintet. I think are probably the best that are going to have a chance of reaching commercial airwaves. They already have with a couple songs.
What about Paul Butterfield's group?
They're good.
Mr. Dillon, you call yourself a completely disconnected person. Would you like to
No,
elaborate?
I didn't call myself that. They should have drove those words in my mouth. I saw that in the paper.
How would you describe yourself? What is it that you have you analyzed this? Why you appeal to people?
I certainly haven't. No.
Mr. Dillon, I know you dislike labels, and probably rightly so, but for those of us who are well over 30, could you label yourself and perhaps tell us what your role is?
Well, sort of label myself as well under 30. And my role is to, to just stay here as long as I can.
Mr. Dillon.
That you share Phil Oak's concern that he expressed in a recent broadside having to do with the fact that, he feels that it becomes increasingly dangerous for you to... You can't hear?
No.
Phil Oakes wrote something in a recent broadside magazine to the effect that you have twisted so many people's wigs that he feels that it becomes increasingly dangerous for you to perform in public before an audience.
Well, that's the way it goes, I can't apologize, certainly.
Did you envision a time when you would give 5 concerts in one area like this within 10 days?
No, this is all very new to me.
If you were draftable at present, do you have any feelings of what your actions might be?
No. I probably just do what had to be done.
What would that be?
Well, I don't know. I never really speak in terms of what if, so I don't really know.
You're considered by many people to be symbolic of the protest movement in the country for the young people. Are you going to participate in the Vietnam Day Committee demonstration in front of the Fairmont Hotel tonight?
I'll be busy tonight.
You planning any demonstrations?
Well, we thought of one. We thought of one. I don't know if it could be organized in time.
Can you describe it?
Well, it was a demonstration where I'd make up the cards. You know, they have a group of protesters here, perhaps carrying cards with pictures of Jack of Diamonds is on them, and Ace of Spades on them, pictures of mules, maybe words, and maybe about 25,000-30,000 of these things printed up, and just pick it. Carry the signs and pick it.
What words?
In front of the post office. What?
What words?
Oh, words. Camera. Microphone. Loose. Just words.
Do you consider
Names
yourself
of some famous people. Huh? I'm sorry.
Oh, do you consider yourself a politician?
Do I consider myself a politician? Well, I guess so. I have my own party, though.
Have a name?
No, there's no presidents in the party. There's no presidents or vice presidents or secretaries or anything like that, so it makes it kind of hard to get in.
Is there any right wing or left wing to that party?
No, it's more or less in the center. Kind of on the uppity scale.
Do you think your party could end the war with China?
I don't know. I don't know if they have any people over there that would be in the same kind of party. You know? So it might be kind of hard to infiltrate. I don't think my party would ever be approved by the White House or anything like that.
Anyone else in your party?
Anyone else in this party? No, most of us don't even know each other, you know. It's hard to tell who's in it, who's not in it.
Do you recognize them when you see them?
The White House.
Oh, you can recognize the people when you see them.
Are there still tickets available for your concerts in this area?
I don't know. I would imagine so. Maybe for some, I guess.
How long do you think before your party will win?
Gee, I don't know. I could answer that, you know, but it would mean something different probably for everybody, so we want to keep away from those kind of things here.
What did you mean when you said, I don't think things can work out in an interview recently in Chicago?
I don't know.
Talking about-
What things were we talking about?
You said, I don't think things can turn out, I've accepted it, it's a sadness.
No,
Sort of
no,
like
no,
having
no.
no
No, it's not. I don't think things can turn out. I don't think anything you plan ever turns out the way you plan it. That's all.
Is this your philosophy?
No. No. Doesn't mean anything.
Do you think that it's fun to put on an audience?
I don't know. I've never done it.
I wrote a song called Baby, You've Been On My Mind.
Yeah.
You didn't record it, right?
No.
Do you sing it in concert? Have you?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. No.
Are the concerts fun still?
Yeah. Concerts are much more fun than they used to be.
Do you consider them more important than your albums, for instance?
No. It's just a kick to do it now. The albums are the most important.
Because they reach more people?
No, because it's all concise, very concise, and it's easy to hear the words and everything. There's no chance of the sound interfering. Whereas in the concerts, we've played some concerts where sometimes they have very bad halls, you know, and microphone systems, so it's not that easy for somebody to come and just listen to a band as if they were listening to one person, you know.
Will you make all those lyrics of songs available in a book sometime?
Oh, they all are, yeah. They all are.
You say you no longer sing your older songs. Do you consider them less valid than the ones you're putting out now?
No, I just consider them something else in themselves, you know, for in another time, another dimension. It would be kind of dishonest for me to sing them now, because I wouldn't really feel like singing them.
What is the strangest thing that ever happened to you?
You're gonna get it, man.
But what is the weirdest thing
that
that
as
ever
a
happened?
friend? I'll talk to you about it later. I wouldn't do that to you.
What areas in music that you haven't gotten into do you hope to get into?
Writing symphony with different melodies and different words, different ideas, all being the same, which just roll on top of each other and underneath each other.
Mr. Dillon, when will you know that it's time to get out of the music field and into another field?
When I get very dragged.
When you stop making money?
No, when my teeth get better. You know, or God, just when something makes a drastic, when I start to itch, you know, when something just goes to a terrifying turn, and I know it's got nothing to do with anything, and it's time to leave.
You say you're going to write symphonies.
Yes.
Is this in terms of, we think of a symphony, not classical?
I'm not sure. Well,
I'm just thinking
songs which are all written, you know, as a part of a symphony, different melodies, different changes, with words or without them, you know. But the end result being a total. I mean, they say my songs are long now, you know. Well, and sometime it's just bound to come up with one. It's going to be, you know, one whole album consisting of one song. I don't know who's going to buy it. That might be the time to leave.
What's the longest song you recorded?
I don't know. I don't really check those things. They just turn out long. I guess I've recorded one about 11, 12 minutes long. Hollis Brown was pretty long on my second record. And With God on Your Side was kind of long. But none of them are, I don't think there was as much into anything as Desolation Row was, and that was long too. Songs shouldn't seem long, you know, it just so happens that it looks that way on paper. That's all. The length of it doesn't really have anything to do with it.
Doesn't this give you a problem issuing records?
No, they're just ready to do anything that I put down now, so they don't even care.
But what happens if they have to cut a song in half, like Subterranean Homesick Blues for
They
the single?
didn't have to cut that in half.
Well, but they didn't have to, but they did.
No, they didn't. No. You're talking about Like a Rolling Stone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they cut it in half for the disc jockeys. Well, you see, that song, it didn't matter for the disc jockeys if they had it cut in half, because the other side was just a continuation on the other side, and if anybody was interested, they could just turn it over and listen to what really happens, you know. But we just made a song the other day which came out 10 minutes long, and I thought of releasing it as a single, but there was just, they would have easily released it and cut it up, but it wouldn't have worked that way, so we're not going to turn it out as a single. It's called Freeze Out. You'll hear it on the next album.
Of all the people who record your compositions, who do you feel does most justice to what you're trying to say?
I think Manfred Manfred Mann. They've done the songs. They've done about 3 or 4, and each one of them has been right in context of what the song was all about.
What's your new book about?
Oh, it's about just about all kinds of different things. Rats, balloons. They're about the only thing that come to my mind right now.
Is that the same book, Macmillan?
Yes, yes. No, I don't really do too many of them. I wouldn't do it if I was oppressed or depressed, or there's nothing wrong here. Seems kind of silly I'm up here, that's all, but
How would you define folk music?
how did I define
How would you
music?
define folk music?
As a constitutional replay of mass production.
Do you call your songs folk songs?
No.
Are protest songs folk songs?
I guess if they're a constitutional replay of mass production.
Do you prefer songs with a subtle or obvious message?
With a what?
A subtle or obvious message.
I don't really prefer those kind of songs at all. A message, you mean like, what song with a message?
Well, like Eve of Destruction and things like that.
Do I prefer that to what?
I don't know, but your songs are supposed to have a subtle message.
Subtle message?
Well, they're supposed to.
Where'd you hear that?
In a movie magazine.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, we don't discuss those things here.
Are your songs ever about real people, like, occasional poetry?
Sure they are. They're all about real people.
Particular one?
Particular people? Sure. I'm sure you've seen all the people in my songs at one time or another.
Who's Mr. Jones?
Mr. Jones, I'm not going to tell you his first name. I get sued.
What does he do for a living?
He's a pin boy. He also wears suspenders.
Can you explain your attraction as a performer and a writer?
Attraction to what?
Your attraction. Your popularity, your mass popularity.
No. I really have no idea. That's the truth. I always tell the truth. That is the truth.
What are your own personal hopes for the future, and what do you hope to change in the world?
Oh, my hopes for the future, to be honest, I don't have any hopes for the future, and I just hope to have enough boots to be able to change them. That's all, really. It doesn't boil down to anything more than that. If it did, I would certainly tell you.
What do you think of a question and answer session of this type with you as the principal
Well,
subject?
I think we all have different. I think I dropped an ash on myself somewhere. Oh, well, you'll see in a minute here what happens. I'm not going to say anything about it, though. What was the question?
What are you thinking about right now?
Thinking about this ash.
Right before that.
Huh? This ash is creeping up on me somewhere. I've lost touch with myself, so I can't tell where exactly it is.
Was that an inadvertent evading of the question?
No,
about
I didn't.
What you feel about meetings of this kind, question and answer sessions?
Oh no,
where you
no.
are the
I
subject?
just know in my own mind that
You
we
think they're
all
silly?
have a different idea of all the words we're using. So I don't really have too much. Really can't take it too seriously because we're reading. Like if I say the word house, like we're both going to see a different house. If I just say the word, right? So we're using all these other words, like mass production and moving magazine. We all have a different idea of these words too. So I don't really know what we're saying here.
Why do you bother to write?
No, it's not pointless. If you want to do it, and you're there, it's not pointless. It doesn't hurt me any.
You just said it.
Is there anything in addition to your songs that you want to say to people?
Good luck.
Then,
You don't say that in your songs.
Oh yes, I do. Every song tails off with good luck. I hope you make it.
why? I couldn't hit most of what you.
Who are you? Get the camera on this person over here.
What do you bother to write the poetry for if we all get different images? And we don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, because I've
anyway.
got nothing else to do, man.
It's only a rhyme for orange.
Huh?
A rhyme for orange.
I didn't hear that.
A rhyme for orange.
A rhyme for orange? Just a rhyme for orange?
Is it true that you were censored from singing on the Ed Sullivan Show because they wouldn't let
I'll
you
tell you
sing
the
what you
rhyme in a
wanted
minute,
to?
man. What?
Did they censor you from singing what you wanted to on the Ed Sullivan Show?
Yes. It was a long time ago.
What did you want to sing?
I don't know. It was some song which I wanted to sing, and they said I could sing. It's more to it than just censorship there. They actually said I could sing the song, but when we went through the rehearsal of it, guy came back afterwards and says that I said I have to change it. And he said, can't you sing some folk song like the Clancy Brothers do? And I didn't know any of their songs, and so I couldn't be on the program. That's what it came down to.
Have you found that the texts of the interviews with you, which have been published, are accurate to the actual conversations?
No. No, that's another reason for I don't really give press interviews or anything, because, even if you do something, there are a lot of people here so they know what's going on, but like if you just do it with one guy or a few guys, they just take it all out of context, They just take it, split it up in the middle, or just take what they want to use, and they ask you a question and you answer it, and then it comes out in print that they just substitute another question for your answer. That makes you just sound like the way it's not really truthful, to do that kind of thing. So I just don't do it. That's just a press problem there.
You think the entire text of your news conference today should be printed in the paper?
Oh no, nothing like that. Nothing like that. But this is just for the interviews. When they do want interviews in places like Omaha or in Cincinnati, man. I don't do it, and then they write bad things.
Well, isn't this partly because you're often inaudible, like for most of this dialogue or monologue, you have been inaudible, and now when you're touched personally by the misquotation, your voice rises, and we can hear you.
Yeah, well, I just realized that maybe the people in the back there can't hear me, that's all.
I was going to ask you whether you're, in your songs you sing out.
Yes, I do.
And whether in your conversation
well, the songs are what I do.
cultivate-
You see, the songs, though, is what I do.
Yeah.
Is write the songs and sing them, and perform them. That's what I do. The performing part of it could end, but I'm going to be writing these songs and singing them on records for, I see no end right now. That's what I do. Anything else just interferes with it. I mean, anything else trying to get on top of it, making something out of it, which it isn't, it just brings me down. And it's just makes it seem all very cheap.
Well, it made me feel like you were almost doing a kind of penance of silence here.
No.
For the first
I'm not one of those
part,
kind of people at all.
You don't need silence.
No silence. It's always silent where I am.
Mr.
Dylan, when you're on a concert tour, how many people travel in your party? Do you travel alone, or do you have a...
We travel with about 12 people now.
Do the number of people seem to go with the amount of money you're making?
I didn't hear that?
The number of people seem to increase as you make more money.
Oh, yes, of course.
Is that known as Dylan's
Why do you
Law?
need so many people when you travel on
Well,
this
we have the
concert?
band. We have 5 in the group, and we need other things. We have to. It's a lot of electronic equipment now, a lot of different things which have to be taken care of. So we need a lot of people. We have 3 road managers and things like that. We don't make any big public presentations though. Like we never come into town in the limousines or anything like that. We just go from place to place, you know, and do the shows. That's all.
You fly in your own plane? Do you have a private plane?
Yes. What?
You have to get in a certain type of mood to write your music.
Yeah, I guess so. A certain type of mood, if you want to call it that.
Do you find that you're perhaps more creative at a certain time of the day?
Yes, I feel that way.
Like a night writer?
I wouldn't say night has anything to do with it. No.
Have you ever sung with the Beatles?
No. Well, I think we may have messed around in London, but I don't think anything serious.
Were you ever to play a dance?
Huh?
Were you ever to play for people to dance?
No. It's not that kind of music.
It is.
Well, what can I say? You must know more about the music than I do. How long have you been playing it?
Do you find that when you're writing, yes. Do you find that when you're writing that you sort of free associate often? You just let
No,
your
it's all very clear and simple to me. These songs aren't complicated to me at all. I know what they all are all about. There's nothing hard to figure out for me. I wouldn't write anything I can't really see.
I didn't mean it that way. I meant that when you're creating a song, are you doing it more or less at a sort of a subliminal level where you're letting your mind just flow?
No, my mind goes like that.
You're
whether I was
very
writing or
conscious
not.
of each step, each word.
No, that's the difference in the songs I write now in the past year or so. The last year and a half, maybe 2, I don't know. But the songs before, up till one of those records, I wrote the 4th record in Greece.
I was thinking
So there
of
was
that
a change
one,
there. But the records before that, I used to know what I wanted to say before I used to write the song, you see. All the stuff which I had written before, which wasn't song, which is on a piece of toilet paper when it comes out like that, that's kind of stuff I never would sing because people would, I know people just would not be ready for it. But I just went through that other thing of writing songs, and I couldn't write like it anymore. It was just too easy, and it wasn't really right. I would start out, I would know what I wanted to say before I wrote the song, and I would say it, And it never really would come out exactly the way I thought it would, but it came out, it touched it, But now, I just write a song, like I know that it's just going to be all right, And I don't really know exactly what it's all about, but I do know the minute and the layers of what it's all about.
What do you think about your song, It's All Right, Ma, I'm Only Bleeding? It happens to be my favorite one.
God bless you, son.
No.
I haven't heard it for a long time. I couldn't even sing it for you, probably.
How long does it take you to write?
It's usually not too long time, really. I might write all night and get one song out of a lot of different things I write. How many have I written? I guess, there's one publisher that's got about 100. I've written about 50 others, I guess. I got about 150 songs I've written.
Have they all been published?
No. Some of the scraps haven't been published. But I find I can't really sing that anyway because I forget it, So the songs I don't publish, I usually do forget.
Are you going to eventually take these scraps, as you call them, and
No,
them
I
into
forgot
complete
the
songs?
scraps. I have to start over all the time. I can't really keep notes or anything like that.
But you can't go back to any earlier things
No,
and make
no.
them, use them in your...
No, that wouldn't be right either. Yeah, if it happens, you know. That was a very, are you the same cat that was sitting over there?
On your songs, do you get any help from the rest of your, your entourage?
What?
Do you get any help from the group that you play with, or do you write your songs? by yourself?
Robbie, lead guitar player, sometimes we play the guitars together. Something might come up where I know it's going to be right. We just sitting around playing, so I can write up some words. I don't get any ideas though, to any kind of ideas of what I want to, you know, what's really going to happen here.
Why do you think they're so popular?
I don't know. I'm not a reporter. I'm not a newsman or anything. I'm not even a philosopher. I have no idea. I would think other people would know, but I don't think I know. You know, when you get too many people talking about the same thing, it tends to clutter up things, so I just... Everybody asks me that, so I realize they must be talking about it, so I would rather stay out of it and make it easy for them. And when they get the answer, I hope they tell me.
Has there been any more booing when you played electric
Oh, there's
guitar?
booing. You can't tell where the booing's going to come up. Can't tell at all. It comes up in the weirdest, strangest places. And when it comes up, it's quite a thing in itself.
Where is Desolation Row?
I figure there's a little boo in all of this. What?
Where is Desolation Row?
I didn't hear you.
Where is Desolation Row?
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, that's someplace in Mexico. It's across the border. It's noted for its Coke factory. Coca-Cola machines sell a lot of Coca-Cola down there.
Where's Highway 61?
Highway 61 it exists. That's out in the middle of the country. Runs down to the south, goes up north.
Mr. Dillon, you seem very reluctant to talk about the fact that you're a popular entertainer, and you're a most popular entertainer.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Well, I don't understand why you
Well, what do you want me to say?
To,
Do you want me to say what do you want me to say about it?
Well, you seem almost embarrassed to admit that you're to talk about.
Well,
the
I'm not
fact that you're
embarrassed. I
extremely
mean, you know, what do you want exactly me to say? You want me to jump up and say hallelujah and crash the cameras and do something weird? Tell me. I'll go along with you. If I can't go along with you, I'll find somebody to go along with you.
No, but I find it, you really have no idea as to why you, or no thoughts on why you're popular. That's what interests me on it.
I just haven't really struggled for that. I don't, it happened, you know? It happened like anything else happens. Just a happening. You don't figure out happenings. You dig happenings. So I'm not going to talk about
Do you
it.
feel that part of the popularity is because of the identification of your audience with you or with what you're saying or what you've been writing about?
I have no idea. I don't really come too much in contact.
Does it make life more difficult?
No, it certainly doesn't.
Were you surprised the first time the booze came?
Yeah, that was at Newport. Well, I did this very crazy thing. So, you know, I mean, I didn't really know what was going to happen. But they certainly booed, I'll tell you that. You could hear it all over the place. I don't know who they were, though. And I'm certainly whoever it was, did it, you know, loud, twice as loud as they normally would. They kind of quieted down some at Forest Hills, although they did it there too. They've done it just about all over, except in Texas, and they didn't boo us in Texas or in Atlanta or in Boston or in Ohio. They've done it just about, or in Minneapolis. They didn't do it there, but they've done it a lot of other places. I mean, they must be pretty rich to be able to go someplace and boo. I couldn't afford it if I was in their shoes.
Other than the booing, if the audience has changed, I mean, you get screaming, do you get people rushing to the stage?
Sometimes you get people rushing to the stage, but you just, turn them off very fast. Kick them in the head or something like that. They get the picture.
Going back to what you said a minute ago about not really being concerned and not really knowing why you are in the midst of this popularity, that's in direct opposition to what most people who reach this level of popularity say. And I am popular because they feel with me.
A lot of people start out and they try to be stars. I would imagine, like, however they have to be stars. I mean, I know a lot of those people, and they start out and they go into show business for many, many reasons to be seen. I started out, had nothing to do with it when I started. I started from New York City, and there just wasn't any of that around. It just happened, so...
Don't misunderstand me. I agree with your right not to have to care. My point is that it would be somehow somewhat disappointing to the many people who think that you feel towards them the way they feel towards you, and that's the reason for your popularity. That's what they think.
Well, I don't want to disappoint anybody. I mean, tell me what I should say here.
Good, I'm with you.
Huh?
Fine.
I'll certainly go along with anything, but it's I really don't have much of an idea.
You have a poster there. Does that denote
Yes, this poster somebody gave to me. It looked
I
pretty
did.
good. Jefferson Airplane, John Handy Quintet, and Sam Thomas, and Mystery Trend, and the Great Society are all playing at Fillmore Auditorium Friday, December 10th, and I would like to go if I could. But unfortunately, I won't be here, I don't think, but if I was here, I certainly would be there.
Do you tour in the South?
Yeah.
What's more important to you, the way that your music and words sound, or the content, the message of the work?
The whole thing while it's happening, the whole total sound of the words, what's really going down is it either happens or it doesn't happen, That's what I feel is just the thing which is happening there at that time. That's what we do, That is the most important thing. There really isn't anything else. I don't know if I've answered your question.
Well, you mean it might happen one time and might not happen the next time with the same song?
Nights, But well, we always take good cuts for the record. The records are always made on good cuts, and in person it just, most of the time it does come across. Most of the time I do feel like, playing. That's important to me. The aftermath, or whatever happens before and after, is not really important to me. Just the time on the stage and the time that we're singing the songs and performing them. Or not really performing them, even just letting them be there.
Bob, we promised to spring you at a certain
Yeah,
time,
what
which
time?
it's now 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I'd like, incidentally, to suggest that Mary Ann Pollard explain the
Okay, I'll do my right here.
Are they all sellouts, Mary Ann, or what is the thing?
No, not quite.
Bob Dylan's press conference was videotaped in the studios of KQED San Francisco on Friday, December 3rd, 1965. The program was produced for KQED by the critic and jazz columnist Ralph J. Gleason.
Huh? No. You don't need to call. No. Where you'll go.
Next speech is after all, it's third one.
Nobody asked him where the party was. I was so tempted to get up and say, where's the party? That's what everyone wants.
You want to change these for better tickets?
Oh, you got Alex. Oh, we're on. Yeah. Yeah. Now that's very close to